recreate specific places around the world. So this is set up to be one specific environment in Southeast Asia where these crops originate.
Follow the food, in association with Corteva Agriscience.
I first started doing stories on Africa in 2001, and I like doing wildlife stories because there's so many layers to them. There's politics, climate change, population growth, all these subjects come together. We'd been told there was this poaching problem in Botswana, but in order to get to the truth of it, we had to go there ourselves. When the aerial survey was done, they identified a large number of elephant carcasses with evidence of poaching. We've come out here in the helicopter to verify those results. Well, there's two we found just here. There's a huge concentration of carcasses we've seen just in this small area, a real hotspot. And from the air, you can see where they've been poached. There are so many issues here. Are there too many elephants? Should there be hunting? How do you stop poaching? How do you live next door to these great dangerous beasts? It's a divisive story, but it's a story I had to tell.
Global business news from the boardroom or grassroots. Aaron Hesselhurst cuts through the jargon to add colour, depth and context. With live reaction from Wall Street and Asia, studio interviews with top CEOs and the latest innovations in technology. Talking Business on BBC World News.
That's the bell ringing on Wall Street, and that means the US markets are open. We're live across the globe and it's time for the money news that matters. I'm Marianne Mashiri and this is Talking Business. Let's take a look at the headlines. Our top story, roadblock ahead. Fiat Chrysler pulls out of a deal to merge with Renault after the French government asks for a change of gear. Renault's biggest shareholder wanted a delay, but the Italian-American firm has called it quits, saying France's political situation means a merger won't work. We're going to be hearing from one expert who questions whether the deal is really off, saying Fiat Chrysler desperately needs Renault's expertise in electric cars. Also in the programme, as D-Day commemorations continue in Europe, trade stays at the front of President Trump's mind as he threatens to slap $300 billion of fresh tariffs on China. We also got the latest from the financial markets, and it's a hot dog, but not as you know it. I'll be talking to the man behind the bleeding vegan burger about his new meat-free hot dog, which he hopes will make the American favourite desirable again for vegans. That's all to come on this edition of Talking Business. Very warm welcome to the programme. The Italian-American carmaker Fiat Chrysler has cancelled its merger proposal with Renault. It sent shares of the French firm plummeting. The move by Fiat Chrysler came after the French government, which owns 15% of Renault, asked for a delay. In a statement, the Italian-American firm said it had become clear the political conditions in France do not exist for a successful merger. Well, Fiat Chrysler had initially made the $35 billion merger offer at the end of last month, saying it was a transformative deal which could create a global automotive leader. Well, many car makers are facing pressure at the moment to consolidate amid huge changes in the industry, including a move towards electric cars. Let's get rid of the cube now. So, is the deal really off, or do you think there may be some sort of way that these two car giants can get the deal back on? Let's talk now to Rachel Burgess, who is Deputy Editor of Autocar. Rachel, you said a little bit earlier on to me, didn't you, that there are questions over why this deal has fallen apart and whether it's really fallen completely apart. Why do you say that?
It's just such an interesting story this morning. There's reports that the French government have said that they want to speak to Nissan, who's obviously also a shareholder in Renault, to check that they're happy with it, which seems a bit odd because Nissan doesn't have enough shares to have absolute power over whether this merger goes ahead or not.